In this video, I'm going to show you step by step how to turn your existing Shopify store into a professional mobile app that your customers can download from the App Store and the Google Play Store. By the end of this tutorial, you'll have a fully functional mobile app for your store that looks professional, works smoothly, and gives your customers a much better shopping experience. We're going to cover everything from choosing the right app builder, to building and customizing your app, to starting the submission process for the app stores. What I really like about this process is that you don't need any coding skills at all. We're going to use a tool that integrates directly with Shopify and does all the heavy lifting for us. So just follow along with me and let's get your mobile app built today. First, let's quickly talk about your options, because there are actually quite a few ways to convert your Shopify store into a mobile app. You've got tools like ShopNey, with plans starting at around $149 per month. And there are several other premium solutions that can become pretty expensive as you grow. Those can work, but they're not always the best choice if you're just starting out or if you want to test the idea first. Here's what I recommend, especially if you're just getting started. We're going to use an app called One Mobile App Builder. The reason I like this one is that it has a free plan that lets you build and test your app without paying anything up front. You can set everything up, see how it looks, and try it on your phone before you decide to upgrade. And even their paid plans start at just $99 per month, which is much more affordable than a lot of the competition. If you want to support this channel, feel free to use our affiliate links given in the video description. This will help us make more such videos. Alright, let's get into the setup. First, go to your Shopify dashboard and log into your store. On the left sidebar, click on Apps. At the top of that page, you'll see a search bar where you can search the Shopify App Store. Click on the search bar and type Mobile App Builder. Then press Enter. You'll see several results show up. The one we want is called One Mobile App Builder. It should be one of the first apps in the list. Click on it to open the app details page. On this page, you'll see the features it offers, the pricing plans, and reviews from other store owners who have used it. You'll also see that it says, Built for Shopify, which is a good sign because it means the app is well integrated with the Shopify platform. To install it, click the Show Installs button. Shopify will then ask you to confirm that you want to install this app on your store. Scroll if you need to, and click Install again to confirm. Shopify will install the app and then send you into the One Mobile App Builder dashboard. This dashboard is where we'll do all the work to create the mobile app. Right away, you'll see a button that says, Build App from your Shopify store. Click on that. The app will start scanning your store and pulling in the information it needs, like your products, menus, and sales information. It uses this to build a summary of your app. In my case, it picked up my store name, Novexa, and used that as the app name. It also shows the category, the customer information, and revenue info that it found. Once you see that summary and everything looks right, click Continue. Next, the app will ask you to choose a primary style for your app. You'll see options like bold and strong and minimal and chic. Don't stress too much about this choice because you can customize the design later. You're not stuck with this forever. For this video, I'm going to choose bold and strong, and then click Start building your app. The app will now generate a first version of your mobile app based on your Shopify store. This can take a moment, so just let it load. Once that's done, you'll be able to pick a theme for your app. You'll see a variety of themes to choose from. I'm going to go with the Eric theme, since it's geared more toward clothing stores and it fits the style I want. After choosing the theme, you can set your brand colors. Here, you can change the colors for the text, the buttons, the background, and other elements. I'm going to change the title color and the icon color for the header, and then adjust a few other colors in the app. As you make changes, you'll see the preview on the left update instantly, which makes it very easy to see how your app will look. Right now, I'm just picking random colors that don't really go together, but this is just to show you how it works. When you do this on your own store, you'll want to use your actual brand colors so the app matches your website and your overall branding. Take your time here if you want your app to really feel like part of your brand. When you're happy with the color palette, click Continue. Next, you'll see some advanced settings. These include options like AI salesperson, AI push notifications, voice search, and barcode search. These are more advanced features you can explore later. For now, I'm going to leave everything at the default settings and click See Your Final App. Give it a moment, and your app should now be created. You'll see a screen showing that your app is ready, and there will be a QR code that you can use later with the One Mobile Preview app. You could move forward with launching from here, but as you can see, the app still needs some design tweaks to really match the store. So before we think about launching, let's edit the app. At the bottom, click Edit App to open the app in the main editor. Now we're inside the editor. The layout here is simple and easy to understand. In the middle, you have a live preview of your app. You can click on different blocks in that preview to select them. When you click a block, its options appear on the right side where you can edit, customize, or delete it. On the left side, you have your main sections: editor, navigation, and branding. Let's start with branding, because that's where we set up the visual identity of the app. Click on Branding. On the left. Here, you'll see a section for your app logo. I already have my logo uploaded, but if you don't, click on Yan App Logo and upload your logo from your computer. The recommended size is 450 pixels by 90 pixels. Once it's uploaded, select it and click Done. At first, you might not see your logo in the preview. To show it, look for the Show Branding options and make sure App Logo is selected. After you turn that on, your logo will appear in the preview at the top of the app. You can also add a splash screen image here. That's the image people see when the app is opening. For this walkthrough, I'll skip that step and go straight to the color scheme. In the color scheme, you'll see the same kind of settings we saw earlier when we first set things up. You can adjust all of your colors again if you want to refine them, now that your logo is in place. If something doesn't look right, this is a good time to fix it so your app looks consistent. Next, you'll see the Fonts section. If you choose Advanced Fonts, you can change the font used throughout the app. For now, I'm going to leave it on the default system font, which keeps everything simple and clean. Now, let's go back to the editor and start working on the home screen. In the editor, find the banner block in the preview and click it. On the right side, you'll see an option to upload an image. The recommended size for the banner is 500 pixels by 290 pixels. Your layout might look slightly different from mine depending on your screen resolution and aspect ratio, but the options and menus will be exactly the same. Upload your banner image, select it, and it will appear in the preview at the top of your home screen. Next, let's add some more blocks to the home screen. For example, I want to add a collection card slider to highlight a specific collection, like my homepage collection, or anything. It's up to you. In the blocks list, scroll down until you find Collection Card Slider. When you find it, drag and drop it into the home screen where you want it to appear. With the block selected, look at the options on the right side and choose the collection you want to show. In this case, I'll select my homepage collection. I also want to add social media buttons so customers can quickly visit my social pages. Again, scroll through the blocks until you find a social channel block. Drag it onto the home screen. On the right side, you can click on each social media button and add the URL for each platform you use, like your Instagram, Facebook, or other channels. If there's a section or a block you don't want, just click on it and then click the red trash can icon to delete it. This will remove the block from your layout. Make sure you save your work regularly. If you want to publish your app later, you'll need to upgrade your plan. For now, click the small drop-down arrow next to Publish to App and choose Save Draft. So your current progress is saved without publishing. Now, let's set up the navigation, which controls how people move through your app. Click on the Navigation tab on the left. Here, you'll see the default menu structure. It usually includes items like Home, Collection List, Products, and Notifications. We can add some custom menu items that match your store better. For example, if you sell clothing, you might want a menu item for tops or a shorts. Click Add Menu Item. Give your new menu item a title. I'll call this one Tops. Then choose which collection from your Shopify store this should link to. I'll select my home collection as an example from the dropdown. You can add as many menu items as you want, but I recommend keeping things simple so customers don't get overwhelmed. Once you've added your menu items, you can drag and drop them to rearrange the order. I like to put my most popular categories at the top of the list so customers see them first. For each menu item, you can also choose what it opens. It can open a collection page, a single product, or even an external link. This gives you flexibility in how you structure your app and what each item does. Before we move on, go back to the branding section once more and double-check that your colors, fonts, and logo all match and look good together. When everything looks consistent, save your changes again. Now it's time to test your app on a real phone. One mobile app builder has a feature that lets you preview your app on your phone before you publish it. At the bottom left, click on All Settings to go back to the app setup screen. Here, you'll see a QR code for your app. On your phone, go to the App Store or Google Play Store and download the One Mobile Merchant Center app. After you install it, open it and use it to scan the QR code on your screen. Then tap Preview. Now you can see exactly how your app will look and behave on a real device. This is very important because sometimes something that looks fine on your computer screen doesn't feel as good on a phone when someone is actually tapping around. Take some time to move through your app, like a real customer. Open the home screen, tap into Collections, view products, and check the navigation menu. Make sure the text is easy to read, buttons are easy to tap, and the flow feels smooth. If you notice any problems, like text that is too small or a button that is hard to reach, go back to the dashboard on your computer, make the changes in the editor, and then refresh the preview on your phone to see the changes. I usually spend a good 10 to 17 minutes just clicking through everything to make sure the user experience is smooth and intuitive. Once you're happy with how your app looks and works, it's time to start the process of publishing it to the app stores. Back in the One Mobile area in your Shopify store, click Next. Here, you can upload your app icon and edit the app name. For the icon, I'll upload my logo and center it correctly. Then I'll edit the app name to be No Vexa. When that looks good, click Continue. At this point, things get a little more advanced. To actually submit your app to the app stores, you'll need to upgrade to a paid plan. For now, I'm going to click Decide Later and stay on the free plan. But this is the step where you would upgrade when you're ready to publish. Next, click Start Submitting to begin the app submission process. You'll be asked to choose a category for your app. For this example, I'll pick Luggage and Bags. Then I'll choose Submit as a brand new app. I'll leave the other settings at their default values and click Next. Now choose where you want your app to be available. I want my app on both the App Store and the Play Store, so I'll select both and click on Next. The final step is actually submitting your app to the app stores. This process can take anywhere from a few days to a couple of weeks, depending on the platform. In general, the Google Play Store is usually faster than the Apple App Store. One mobile app builder will handle most of the technical details for you, which makes this part much easier, but you will need to create developer accounts with both Google and Apple if you don't already have them. Those accounts are required so you can publish apps under your own name or your business name. And there you have it! We've just walked through the complete process of converting your Shopify store into a professional mobile app. We started by choosing the right app builder, then we installed one mobile app builder and let it scan the store. We picked a style and a theme, set up our colors, added the logo and banner, added blocks like collection sliders and social channels, set up the navigation, and tested everything on a real phone. Then we went through the steps to start the submission process to the App Store and Google Play. Once your app is live, make sure to promote it to your existing customers. Add a banner to your website, encouraging people to download the app, and maybe offer a small discount for first-time app users to give them a reason to try it. Also, keep an eye on those analytics we set up. They'll give you helpful insights into how customers are using your app and where you might want to make improvements. If this tutorial helped you create your mobile app, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more Shopify tutorials like this one. Drop a comment below. If you have any questions about the process, or let me know what type of store you're building an app for. I love hearing about the different businesses you're running. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.